Hey everyone, as many of you know, I am Pastor Bill Shank, and I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and hopefully you'll watch each of the videos that are yet to come throughout the course of this week. Every day through Friday, a new video will be posted, one by each of the 5 pastors, providing an overview of the reports that each of us have written and will appear in the 2021 Annual Council Report. This is the time of year that we take care of some of the important business matters of the church, such as electing those who will represent us on the church board. We look to confirm those who will be serving on various boards and committees. And really, one of the most important matters is looking to approve what will be the 2021 spending plan. We do not anticipate gathering in person for our annual council meeting as we have in the past. Our regional conference, that is the Allegheny Conference that we're a part of, they did not gather in person this past year for their annual business meeting as they normally would have. Instead, they got all the information sent out to all the churches in advance. They set aside time for congregations, people to submit questions, and then they set aside a number of days for the delegates to vote. And we're going to look to do something similar. And while historically we've not had a lot of discussion during our business meetings, when discussion does take place, it will often revolve around questions regarding the spending plan for the upcoming year. And so next Monday, I'll be coming back and we'll be posting another video where I'll look to give an overview and provide some explanations when it comes to our church finances. The annual council report will soon be available online if it's not already, and we will be looking to mail out paper copies to those in our congregation who do not have email. But what I'd like to do is just take a few minutes and just share with you some of my thoughts regarding this past year. You may recall, if you were attending last year at this time, that for our church, 2020 began with Sean doing a sermon series called Community Life. And we took 4 weeks and we talked about the importance of working, playing, eating, and worshiping together. We considered specific ways that we could put those into practice in 2020. And of course, none of us realized what was about to unfold. In response to the pandemic, with the staff, we've worked closely together. We meet often, exploring ways that will allow us to continue to experience life as a church community in spite of the obstacles. Looking back, in 2020, we went through what I would see as 4 distinct seasons as a church. And in my report, I'll talk about the different things that we experienced in each of those 4 seasons and how we tried to maintain community life through it all. Baking communion bread together, a few of us gathering at the bell tower early on Easter Sunday in order to live stream a sunrise service to our church family and to our community. The pastors, church board, and deacons aiming to make contact and check in with every household in our congregation. Monthly outdoor services on the ball field across the road. We sat in the shade in August, and by October we were longing for the warmth of the sun. A pen pal program giving those who were interested an opportunity to correspond with somebody else from within our church. In my report, I talk about this 4th and final season that we find ourselves in. Beginning in late November, when COVID became far more active in our church and in our community, in light of what was unfolding locally, primarily in the hospitals and among healthcare providers, we felt we could best follow the example of Jesus and we could best serve our community by not holding in-person gatherings for a time. And we've heard from many in the medical field and from some who are not, who are grateful for the decision that was made. This is not to say that we do not understand the value or the importance of meeting together. It is what we all want to do. However, a significant part of our church's identity, it's deeply entrenched in our makeup, in our history, is this commitment to serving others, laying aside our wants and our rights and looking out for the interest of others. All of us as individuals, we've had many difficult decisions to make when it comes to how we respond to this health crisis. This is true of us as a church as well. And as one of your pastors, it seems as if this year has introduced one difficult decision after another, and none more significant than whether or not to gather in larger numbers. We are grateful for the support, those of you who agree with our decisions, the decisions that have been made, and we ask for understanding from those who may not agree. Let us listen to each other and love each other, because in the end, we all want to please Jesus. In my report, I have the opportunity to speak of the exceptional quality of the men and the women that I have the privilege of working with every day. I greatly appreciate the resourcefulness of the pastoral team, each of them looking for ways to keep us connected to each other and to the community. I so much appreciate the creativity of the office staff who will take some of our ideas. How about if we do this, we say, and they come up with creative suggestions that turn our thoughts and our ideas and our desires into something better than we ever imagined. I know that we don't always get it right, but we are trying, and we're determined to follow God's leading no matter what the cost. I don't know what lies ahead. In the short term, as a staff, we're looking for ways that we can remain connected to each other, ways that we can continue to serve and show our community what it looks like to lay aside our rights and follow Jesus. We are praying that this will speak to those who are watching us at this time. In the long term, I know that the day is coming when we will be gathering as we did a year ago, row by row, side by side. And as you know, the staff and the church board has been discussing what the Sunday morning format might look like when that time comes. Again, there's no way that we will all agree on the format, but we are extremely grateful for the input that you provided to the church board a few months ago. We are weighing the input that we received, and we're trusting that God will show us what is best for His church here at Five Forks. So, be encouraged. Do not lose heart. The day is coming when there will be love feast and sunrise services, prayer hours, church picnics, and Christmas dinners. We will be working together, eating together, praying together, worshiping together as before, as well as in ways that we never have before. And we will most likely appreciate it more than we ever did before. Until then, let's be the church that He calls us to be, wherever it is that we find ourselves. And I thank you for the incredible privilege of being able to serve as one of your pastors here at Five Forks.